Again, I'm just going to give it a couple more minutes. You're here for James's, mine, guided meditation class 7. And today we're talking about grounding our energy. So as people come on, again, just give me a little bit of like a heart if you can hear me, just so I know that everyone can hear. Okay, perfect. So it's about 4:01 now. I have about 5 people. I had about 15 registered. So just going to give it another moment. What I can say to you guys now is if you have a specific crystal that you have at home that you would like to use for this meditation, I'd recommend grabbing it, especially if you have like smoky quartz. So if you have smoky quartz crystal in your home, then just get up and go and grab it. It's a really beautiful grounding stone. If you don't have smoky quartz, anything that you'd like to work with is fine. I could also recommend a couple others if you are wondering what stones might be good for grounding. You want to avoid like malachite. Regular quartz is always pretty grounding too. Most crystals can like supply you with a nice grounding energy, but some of them kind of have more of an uplifting energy. And we really today want to talk about the earth and how to ground our energy down, especially in times where there might be fear or, you're going through something that is ungrounding. And a lot of things can unground us. And specifically what's going on in the world right now is very ungrounding, very unsettling. People don't know, what they're doing day by day. They feel like their roots have been unplugged. So it's important that we practice grounding during this time. Some people not. Some people, I feel pretty grounded. I've been doing, the quarantine like everyone else, but I've been having a lot of time for myself and meditating and just focusing on my own self. So I feel pretty grounded, for today. But some of you might not feel that. All right. You could just comment who here is excited about grounding because, or who here has any questions before we begin about this. Okay, I'll just wait here for a moment. So I'm outside today because it was so beautiful, and I thought I would do this class out here. We're in the process of actually like redoing our little tiny balcony because it's just extra square footage for us to come out and play in. So I really thought that it would be nice to kind of sit out here and do it. It's about 4 o'clock here in California. I heard that it snowed on the East Coast yesterday, which is bizarre. So the Hoboken, New York area. It's pretty intense and random. And of course, because it's happening during all of this, it has very like apocalyptic attributes, but it's not. So, okay. So we're just going to start, and people just jump on when they jump on. So welcome to today's meditation. Again, my name is James Bene, and this is my meditation series. This is the class 7, so I've done 6 before this, which are actually available for you to watch for free. So if you go to benemudra.com, which is my website, you'll see under the Bene Mudra video page that all these videos I'm posting there, so you can always go back and do some meditation on your own. I will be up there. So today is the 7th class, and today is about grounding. I haven't done grounding yet. But it's actually one of my favorite things to do, and I'll tell you why. Because when I started my spiritual journey, I started to realize just how ungrounded I was. I always thought that I had a pretty good head on my shoulders, but really when I delved into this work, I understood that I had a lot of work to do with the earth. I had a lot of work to do within my body. Grounding is not only grounding your energy down into the earth or feeling, the salt, like the salt of the earth, but it's also has a lot to do with your body. Some of us in this world, we have body issues. There's a lot of body shaming. There's a lot of people, express the need to look perfect. You look at the magazines, you look at Instagram, you look at Facebook, and people are living their best lives and posting the best pictures, and it really could make us sad, to be quite honest. It can make us start to look at our own lives and kind of see that, wow, I'm not perfect, I don't look like that. And what that actually does, it actually ungrounds you because your body is very physical. So if we think of grounding, it really is grounding into the physical. So in other meditation classes, we kind of went up, into the ether. Today we're going to go down. Some people love grounding, some people don't. It could be very uncomfortable for you when you really come into the body. If you have any trauma or issues, right? I'm not going to get into it, but issues within your body, you might find it a little bit more hard. If you are ill or have some type of sickness or disease, it also might be a little bit hard, because when you really do ground into your body, you feel everything. You really do. You're not escaping. You're actually going inward, and your body can start to flare up. It's really weird. So if that happens, it most likely won't, but if that does happen, it's okay. Just you're going to breathe into it. Some stones that I love for grounding, because people always ask me, how do I ground? Well, I'm just going to, before we jump into the meditation, I'm going to just tell you a bit about how you can ground your energy. The number one thing is to get out and go into nature. That is like the most grounding energy. And not necessarily the ocean. So we want to look at nature as trees, mountains, rock, soil. The water is good for some people. For some people, it can get them too much in their heads. It's more of like a daydreaming kind of feeling. We're getting out of our daydreamy state. We're getting into reality, into the body. We're like rooting ourselves into the ground. We're not drifting out into space, right? So that's an easy way to ground yourself, is to go into nature, even meditating in nature, do what you can. Another way of grounding, if you're not in nature, and a lot of us right now are stuck at home, we really can't get out at all, if anything, are using stones to meditate with. So here I have two of my favorite stones to ground with. And crystals, okay, in general, are super, super grounding. They each carry their own aura, right? And so each crystal has a different property that helps you metaphysically. I also want to quickly say hello to the Esoteric Collective by Light Maven. I joined this group, so I will be on this other Facebook group every Sunday, delivering messages, meditations, and so on and so forth. And they actually sell amazing crystals. So if you're looking for crystals, I'm going to shout out Esoteric Collective by Light Maven. If any of you are watching, welcome. So this is my smoky quartz. It's really just a beautiful, kind of beautiful stone. You could see inside, has all the ridges. And just by holding this, you almost feel connected to the earth. So if you have a stone like this and you want to meditate with it, please do. Another stone that I really like is jasper. And these stones come in many different forms. They can come in the tumble stones like this, right? Or they can come pointed, right? In a generator, the healing stone. Why I like jasper, because it's kind of like a hug from God, right? It truly is calming. If you have a lot of nerves, or if you're worried about something, meditating with this stone, which is just beautiful. It reminds me of like the desert. Could really help bring you back to a place of peace, give you comfort. If you're grieving, this is a great stone for that, to kind of bring you back down to earth. So those are the two that I like to ground with. Putting them together, even better. Now, meditating with crystals, you could either put the crystal in front of you, or you could just hold it in your hand. Some people even wear it on a necklace. It doesn't have to be a giant piece. It could be anything, right? So you don't have to go out and spend $500 on like a generator. You can go out and just spend, $10, $20 and get a smaller stone. Another way to ground your energy is through sand. I know this sounds crazy, but if you go to the beach and you collect, I always say you should go to the beach once and just collect sand and have that in your apartment, because just by running your hands through it could also kind of bring you to that grounded state. Also, another way you can ground your energy is, those putty balls? If you play with that, or Play-Doh, you're just kind of playing with it, using your hands, using your body can help you ground. Doing something like painting or dancing or even singing will help you ground your energy. Anything that you can think of that brings you into your body, more or less, is very grounding for your energy. Another way you can ground your energy, which is also pretty easy and it's energetically, is what we're going to practice today, is meditation. Now, meditation is different for many people, and there are many forms of meditations that you discovered throughout this series. There are meditations that really take us up into the universe. There are meditations where we can meet our guides. There are meditations where we just focus on breath or our thoughts, right? And then there are meditations that can ground us. Grounding is always good to do in the morning before you start your day, because let's say you wake up in a bad mood, or you wake up, not feeling great, feeling a little bit, like disassociative, not yourself. Just sitting in meditation and grounding can really help you set the tone for the rest of your day, right? Or you're just going to fly away like a feather. We don't want you to fly away like a feather. We want every one of you to be here now as human beings in this body, right? We are spiritual beings having a human experience, but we are in this body. So sometimes just flowing off into a daydream is not healthy. And sometimes it is, but there's a time and a place. So the other method is meditation. And we're going to do about 2. The grounding meditations aren't very, very long, and that's why I think that they're great to do, because you can do it in 2 minutes. The first meditation that we're going to do, again, it's not going to be very long. It's all about your feet. So I would like you, if you are home, which you most likely are, I would take off your shoes and socks if you happen to be wearing them, because digging your feet into concrete is another way to bring a sense of grounding and peace into your energetic field. So putting your feet on your floor or your carpet is fine. If you're sitting on the floor in meditation style, then that's fine, then just stay there. But I suggest for these grounding meditations, you could just sit in a chair. It's totally fine. You don't want to lay down, though. You do want to sit in a chair, because we have a posture for this, okay? As I'm leaning over, but there is a posture. When we ground our energy, right, the reason why we ground our energy is because most likely the energy is stuck somewhere between your crown and even your gut, right? So energy moves like this in your body, right? There's 2 motions of energy. There's the liberating energetic field that moves up your body and up through your crown chakra. Then there's your manifestation energy path that actually flows down the body and out through the feet. And these 2 things should be happening simultaneously if you are at your best energetic self. But we aren't always at our best energetic self, and energy changes every day. It can't be destroyed, but it changes. So how do we change our energy if we're feeling all of this upward energetic kind of chaos, which could be anxiety, fear, it could just be you're overwhelmed with work, or you're at home, having to homeschool your children and deal with life. So that's when this happens, right? You get that feeling in your chest, you get like this shoulders, and you get this kind of out of your mind or out of body kind of experience, right? So that happens, again, because something like, usually, and I find in the solar plexus, it kind of like pulls in, because that's where we hold a lot of this fear, and we hold a lot in our stomach. So we like cut off our energy, and instead of the energy doing this really nicely up and down the body, it kind of starts doing this. And it really neglects pretty much from your hips down, okay? So the point is, we need to get our energy moving down from our solar plexus, down from our head, right, overthinking, down through the body and down into the feet, okay? So it is important to have your feet on the ground. I'm sure many of you can relate to having those types of feelings, of feeling overwhelmed or anxious, or you can't sleep, right? And grounding will really help that. If you cannot sleep, you are not grounded. Okay, so then you have to really work on this method that I'm going to teach you with. Is super simple. So the thing about this is you do want to have a nice posture, because you want to align your chakras. Okay, so slouching or lying down in some of the other meditations that I've done, I said that was okay, but in this one it's really not. So we're going to have to work a little on posture. So if you're on your chair, right, which I recommend, just be sitting on a chair, it's fine, or the edge of your bed. I'm sitting on the edge of this couch out here. And again, if you want to sit down on the ground, then that's up to you. But I want you just to where you are now, feel your upper back and feel your shoulders. And you can close your eyes as you do this. Right? Now you might notice that when you are relaxed, there is just a comfortable curve in your back. You could just feel it. It probably starts at your mid-back, and you start to slouch, and your shoulders kind of come forward and down like this. And this is relaxed, right? It's okay to have this posture. It's just this is like relaxed mode. But for meditation, we have to kind of change it. So what we do is I want each of you to almost imagine, if you will, that there's a string attached to the top of your head. And something above you is going to pull that string up. And so if you imagine that happening, slowly move your body into the position that you think you would naturally go into when being pulled up, right? Just slowly find that. You're really being pulled up. You're going to keep your neck straight. You don't want to raise the head or lower the head. You kind of want to have the chin a little bit down. And if you just see if you need to open, it's just kind of like a ballerina. So at this point, you should notice that your back is much straighter. And this might not be very comfortable, I know. It's a great workout, though, I will tell you that. From here, your shoulders are probably still a little bit loosey-goosey, which is good, but we need to align your shoulders. So I want you to raise your shoulders up to your ear. Just feel that. Ooh, that feels weird, right? I know. Make sure your back is straight. And this is going to feel really weird. But from here, with your hands on your lap, pull your hands kind of towards your groin. And you want to push your shoulders back. So your elbows are kind of parallel at this moment as you're kind of pulling your elbows back behind you if you can. And now squeeze your shoulder blades. And you should be feeling a little weird because we're putting a lot of tension here. And from here, lower the chin. Pull up at your sits bones. And imagine your shoulders peeling back and down. Now you can move your hands back to your knees. And you might notice just by doing that, your shoulders are now back and down. And there's a lot of support in the stomach, and you have support in the lower back. And this is where I want you to stay. So you might be fighting this posture. Every time you come out of it, put yourself back. Remember, grounding is going into the body. You know, that's why working out could be very grounding for all of us. Okay, so your feet are on the ground, about 8-9 inches apart. Hands can be palms up or palms down. I like palms down, right on my knees. Good. Now I want each of you to take a couple big, deep breaths on your own. And then exhale the breath out. And as you keep doing this, as you keep breathing in and up and out and down, notice how your body kind of wants to slouch. So you're almost going to use your breath as an anchor. So when you breathe in, you want to feel like that string is there again and you're being pulled up. And when you exhale, imagine your shoulders going back and down. Good. So empty all your breath out and let's take a deep breath in together. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. Feel that alignment. Something is pulling you up by a string. Breathe out. Shoulders fall back and down. Watch your chin. Make sure it's straight. Great. So as I always do during all of my meditations, I'm just going to take you guys through the 4-4-8 breath just to get us into the mood of meditation and to get your breath going. So you want your breath to be very low in the diaphragm. You don't want to breathe up into your heart. You really want to breathe from your belly. So this is what we're going to do, the 4-4-8 breath. So everyone release the breath out. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Release, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in and up, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last one. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4. And release the breath. Seven and 8. Good. So hopefully by now you have your posture, holding your posture. Your breath is nice and low and deep. So now just let go of the breath and let your breath do its thing, right? Just let it happen. So you're just breathing in and out like you normally would, but maybe a 5% deeper, right? Just a little more controlled, but not really so much more controlled. Imagine the breath is like the waves of the ocean, just rolling in and rolling out. You're not forcing anything. And now in this moment, I want you to go into your body. And I can call this a body scan if you wish. But I want you to find any places within your physical body that feel strained or tight, or any place where you feel you're holding a lot of emotion, whether it's sadness, grief, pain, whatever that might be. And I want you, when you locate this spot, I want you to almost imagine that you're jumping into your body and that you're going to this space and almost like you're digging it out. So you jump into the body with a shovel, you find that space where you have discomfort, and I want you to dig it out. I want you to do whatever you need to do to allow that space to relax, to allow that energy to open, releasing your energy, not holding in your energy, allowing that beautiful manifestation and liberating energies to begin to flow naturally. Take a moment to do that. And there might be more than one area. And so if there is, then feel free to go to as many as you can. And use your breath. Breathe deep into those stressful places within the body. And then you can imagine when you exhale, you're releasing them. And do this very mindfully, very gently. You're not forcing anything here. You're just being a little bit of an architect. You're just going into those spaces. All right. So just let go of what you've been doing. And I want you to come back up to your third eye. If your eyes aren't closed, please have your eyes closed. And your third eye is the all-seeing eye. It is the chakra that helps us see beyond what the truth is. So seeing beyond almost the physical. And I want you to begin to cultivate within your third eye a beautiful ruby red light. And you can either see this ruby red light engulfing your mind and spilling into your body, or you can almost just see it on a movie screen, that you're just looking at a red blank piece of paper or a red blank movie screen. And this beautiful red light is glowing and it's moving. I want you to imagine this light almost as lava. I want you to imagine this light filled with dirt. So lava is a nice kind of thing to think about because it's fire, it's moving the dirt, it's melted rock. And almost feel, see, or visualize this lava-like light begin to emerge at the top of your head. So you bring it out of your third eye and you place it somewhere right above your head. Within this red light holds the property of physical grounding, spiritual grounding, emotional grounding, mental grounding. As we call on Gaia, Mother Earth, we call on the spirits of the earth, the energies of the earth. That's where your journey is going to lead you. So almost imagine now that your spine is hollow and it leads all the way down to your feet, starting at the top of your head. And I want you to imagine that this beautiful lava-like red light begins to pour into this straw or this hollow tube at the top of your head. And now I want you to feel it. Feel this red heavy light beginning to form inside of you, flowing down into your third eye, releasing all toxic energy there, flowing down into your throat and neck, helping you to release all toxic energy there. And you feel it flow and spill onto your shoulders. You feel it flow down the arms. Flowing down into your wrists, into your hands. Now, if your hands are flipped around, flip them up like you're going to be holding two balls. And I want you to feel the energy begin to manifest into both hands. I want you to feel the weight of this light begin to push your hands down. Really imagine that there are two ruby red balls of lava in both palms. And feel the weight of that. Maybe your hands are tingling, changing temperature. Nice. So move your awareness back up into the throat. And feel your jaw and the muscles in your face begin to droop down. Really practice right now of letting go of all tension in the face, in your lips, even your tongue. I want you to feel the heaviness of your tongue. I know that sounds funny, but let yourself feel that. So from this point, this red heavy light of the earth begins to flood into your heart. So accept it into your heart. Maybe take a nice deep healing breath up into the heart space. And as you exhale, I want you to almost imagine that you have weights right on your heart, heavy weights. And keeping your posture right? You're going to keep your posture, fix your posture now if you started to tilt forward. And imagine these weights just putting so much pressure in your heart. And you want to lean forward because the weight is just too hard to carry, but you stay up. And just breathe. Nice. You could let go of that area and allow this heaviness to begin to move down into your ribs, through the lungs, down through your reproductive center, and feel it weigh at your sits bones and the buttocks. So imagine now you have weights pulling your lower body down and attached to your hips and sits bones. Gravity is kicking in. And you begin to sink deeper into your seat, keeping the posture if you can, letting go of the lower back if you can. As you let go of your lower back, you might begin to feel the stress kind of move up to the center of your back or your shoulders. Fight it, keep the posture. Keep breathing. And this beautiful ruby red light connects to your spine and it begins to move down your spine. As it moves down your spine becomes heavier, almost like it's made of lead. And you begin to get strong. You feel the muscles of your back, you feel the strength of your spine, the strength of your muscles. Perhaps you feel the twitching in your muscles. Just breathe through all of that, because your body is strong and it's heavy. And so little by little now, you focus on the legs. I want you to take your hands and I want you to rub the tops of your legs. Just give it a good rub. Almost like you're rolling Play-Doh on the tops of both of your legs. And maybe you're creating some heat and friction with the palms of your hands, keeping the posture. You might notice that sometimes when people are stressed out, you might see them doing this. This is grounding. This is opening up the energy in this lower part of your legs, especially your knees. Give your knees a nice good rub too. Open up that channel. Your knees represent limitations, so release any limitations. Be flexible with your life. Good. And now stop your hands. And now you've activated this area of your body, and I bet you now you can feel it even more. So place your attention there. Notice your legs, the tops of your legs. Notice your knees. Feel the energy there. Keeping your posture. Keeping your breath. And then slowly move down the legs, through the shins, through the calves. And bring your awareness and bring this light down into your ankles. Notice the energy there. Bring this beautiful, heavy lava red light down into the feet, pooling at the tops of your feet, flowing into the toes. Place your energy completely on your feet, feeling the floor beneath them, feeling the sturdiness of the feet. Knowing that at any moment you can stand up and you are supported, you are connected, and you are rooted into the earth. So within your mind, just repeat after me. I am rooted. I am connected to the earth. I am rooted and I am connected to the earth. I am rooted and I am connected to the earth. I am safe within the energy of the earth. I am safe within my body. I am safe within my body. I belong here now. I belong here now. Let's take a deep breath and breathe out. And so we're just going to go through a couple breaths here, and these are really amazing grounding breaths. So when you breathe in, typically we almost think that we're like pulling air from above. But I want you to feel like out of each nostril are the same straws or the same tube, and it's connected down into the earth. So really feel that. Really almost imagine that. Your nostrils, your mouth, they have tubes. And the tubes go down past the ground and into the earth. Just really imagine that or feel that. Make that connection to the earth and to the soil, to the ground. Doesn't matter if you're like 6 floors up, 7 floors up. Just imagine that the earth is right under you. And so now when you take the breath, I want you to imagine that you're breathing breathing down into the earth. So let's just practice. Take a nice deep breath, and when you breathe, imagine it's going down. And then when you exhale, imagine it's going down. So empty all the air out. And take a deep breath down into the earth. And when you exhale, feel your energy push down into the earth even deeper, like you're digging a tunnel with your breath. So let all the air out and breathe down into the earth. Exhale the breath out and push down into the earth. Do this a couple times, just to feel that feeling. Nice, let go of that breath. And I want you now to imagine that the bottoms of your feet, the soles of your feet, have roots beginning to form. Just like the roots of a tree. Feel these roots begin to purge themselves into the earth. And I want your mind to go with them. You visualize, you see these roots growing and pushing down further through rock, through soil. And I want you to do that until you find yourself at the center of the earth. So bring your imagination now to what you would imagine the center of the earth might look like and feel like to you. Really allow this image to come in any way it will. Remember, don't force, just allow it. Maybe it's dark, maybe it's light, maybe it's red, maybe it's rock, or maybe it's a magical place. Whatever it is. I just want you to stay in this space for a few moments. And just imagine that when you're in this space, you are just connected You are healing. Maybe you're covered in dirt. It's okay. And now I'm allowing you guys to, you could release your posture a little bit. Come back into a relaxed place. So you can release the spine if you need, find your shoulders going forward. Just allow it. I just want you to sit in this space comfortably. I am connected to the earth. I am of the earth. I allow all of the healing properties of the earth to heal me, to guide me, to bless me, to keep me safe and supported, connected to life, connected to my body. And I let everything that is holding me back from grounding my energy, I let it go. In this space, in this center of the earth, just let it go. Who cares? Let go of the anger, the worry, the panic, the headaches. And just allow the earth to do its job. Maybe there's a stream of lava. Who knows? Nice. And from this space, I want you to begin to lean forward, and I want you to almost curl up into a ball. So just lower your hands down to your feet, and then just drop your head. And just begin to let go in that position. Just let your arms slide through your legs, releasing that lower back. Getting those hands down onto the ground if you can. And I want you to take 5 deep and controlled breaths from this space. Okay, finish out your breaths, and then slowly just roll yourself back up through your spine. So your spine is doing the job. You're just rolling the body up. And your shoulder should be the last thing you feel move backwards. When they're ready, when you are totally straight, your shoulders peel back down, your hands come back to a neutral space on the lap. And from here, let's bring our hands into prayer at our hearts. Pressing your thumbs into the sternum so that you can connect to your heartbeat, which is also very grounding. And since we're working on this manifestation energy center, think of something in your life, physical, right? Something very physical and tangible in your life that you are working towards or wish you had. right? Maybe it's a goal or a dream. Whatever that might be, I want you to begin to feel it. Just feel it pulsing through your veins. Feel like whatever this is already accomplished. See yourself doing this thing or receiving this thing, holding this thing. And then see how your body feels when you think about it. Feel the emotion that might come up. And when you connect to that emotion of joy, for this should be a joyful moment for you, I want you to see this joy within a green light, see it within the heart. And now I want you to begin to radiate outwards. So imagine this green light flowing out of your heart, flowing out of all directions of your body, pushing your energy into the four corners of your space. So raising your vibration, expansion, expanding yourself. So your body should be becoming a little lighter. As your expanded self becomes more air, don't let go of the body. So you're here, feeling the lightness and the heaviness within your body at the same time. So you're grounded, you're in a joyful state, but you are also very expanded and expansive. Nice. So when you've expanded enough, just as far as your room, take a nice deep breath. As you do that, allow your hands to come up over your head and reach for the stars, stretch out your spine. Clasp the hands back together, come down to your heart. Thank the powers that be. And when you're ready, you can make fists with your palms, you can wiggle your toes, you can rub on your lap again. Just bring some life back into the body so that you can come fully back into your room. So I'm hoping in this moment you guys all feel a lot more grounded. You should, right? You should. That's a really simple grounding exercise. I added some embellishments in there, and I kind of added the second meditation I was going to do because of time in there as well. So there was kind of two different things happening. But the trick is, once you ground your energy down and you feel like you're almost chewing dirt, then you have to expand yourself back out, right? But kind of like an umbrella. You expand out, but you don't fly away. You're still rooted, right? So it's like when we do that, it's almost like the expansion of our like a tree, right? The expansion of our trunks and our leaves. But we're not wobbly. We're there. And this is a powerful place to be, because grounding is a very powerful position. Grounding is also knowing it is the ultimate balance. And if you ground yourself and you use this as a practice, I bet you walking into work or situations that you feel a little like you're on shaky ground, you might not feel that. Like if you have to talk to someone or have like a deep conversation with someone, or a conversation that you dread having, doing a grounding before it and connecting to the earth, connecting to your body, it really will like lift you up. You'll just feel more powerful, and most likely you will have way more confidence, and you'll be able to get through what you thought was or would be a very challenging conversation or experience. Okay, Some people in trauma, if you might notice, or when the crap hits the fan, you might notice some people get very grounded, like they get quiet. They go to this place. It's like some people handle traumatic events that way. Other people are crazy, and they unground themselves. So which one are you? Are you the grounded in a situation, or are you the ungrounded in a situation? If you say yes, I find myself I go off the handle in those situations, then you need to practice grounding very, very often, because you have to get up that practice and that habit of being grounded, just like solidified within your energy, because obviously it likes to go right up. So we don't want heavy energy up here. We want heavy energy down at our feet, right? It's really hard to push down a tree, right? It's very, very difficult to do that. So that was our meditation today. That was grounding. And again, this will be available to watch again if you want to do it again with me, right on my website. I'll put that up probably tomorrow. So I want to thank the Satara Collective for inviting me to post on their wall and be a part of their collective. So if you go to their page, it's Satara Collective by Light Marin, I believe. Marina is amazing, and she sells crystals on there, and they're amazing. They're beautiful. So if you're interested in crystals, she is the person to go to. And Sundays is kind of my day on that page. So you can come next week, and I'll be doing maybe some card readings and things like that. So we can have a little fun there. We'll also be doing this meditation again next week. Tomorrow I'm introducing another class by this amazing healer here in LA. Her name is Faith Strang, and she's a Reiki master. She's like a chakra master, Kundalini, and she's going to be giving a free and donation based class tomorrow, same time, 4 o'clock and 7 p.m. Eastern time. So if you wish to register for that, just go on my website, benemudra.com, and you can register for that class as well. And right now, all these classes are ongoing. We're adding an astrology class as well, which is going to be on Wednesdays starting next week. We're also going to have a yoga class, and then we're going to have a tarot circle once a week. So I have a lot of things coming your way. They're all donation-based, free to register, and then if you feel compelled to donate, you can then do so. Each teacher is going to have their own way of donating to them. My way today is Venmo, just easy. If you wish to donate, throw something towards the teachers and myself, it's at James/Bene on Venmo. I don't have that other link that I usually post, but if you go to another video, like if you scroll down on this page and go to a different video, you're going to see the link to if you want to use your credit card or your debit card to donate as well. I just didn't put that up here today. So, any questions about what we did? It's about 4:53, and we have a couple more moments. Usually this goes about an hour, especially after I talk and do that. Any questions about what we did today, or anything that we've done for that matter, please let me know now if you want. And also, if there's a specific topic or type of meditation